guys, the new GRAU blueprint that comes into the store with the purple tracer rounds. Is it worth it? What are we gonna do about that? Well, I already got it and I'm here to review it for you in case you're willing to buy it. Now keep in mind that I'll try to be, unbiased as possible because you know how it is with weapons, you need to find your own. Now we're gonna start with, the GRAU, because in the package also goes another one which is an MP7. So let's start with the GRAU. Now we're gonna select it from the armory. I'll have the shadow sight, and then we have the prototype Alpha. So as you can see, if we have to compare it with the other builds that we have, this one, I would say has more control and accuracy. Now I don't have any others, probably my bad, but still, we need to compare it to something. So we go to the prototype Alpha, and that's where we start. As you can see at first, it gives you another it has the purple tracer round, so everything that you use on that I would call it blueprint, chassis, you're gonna have purple tracer rounds, which, in my opinion, they're not that great. I mean, they're not that visible compared to the purple ones or the red ones or the blue ones or the green ones. They're just not as visible, which might be good for you in case you're doing one of those Warzone plays and you just don't want to be spotted by the enemy. But if you're buying it only for the color of the rounds, you might be a bit disappointed. So let's dive in what we're getting with this one. So they're adding a new barrel, the Nexus one, which is, you can see, by the way, this is the stock, the default ones and how much it's increasing it. And usually we're using the Archangel, so it's kind of contradictory right now because it seems that the Archangel is a little bit better, so not quite good in my opinion, because we already have the Archangel, which is quite a good barrel. And from my experience, it shreds, simply putting it, it's quite good. Now, but of course, we need to try it anyway. So then what you have is the tac laser, which is pretty standard in my opinion. Aim down sight, aim walking steadiness. Now keep in mind that this is gonna give you up if you are playing some kind of a war zone, if you aim down south. So it's up to you, but it's gonna give you some aim down sight speed. The canted hybrid, it's I would say not bad if you're gonna use it to let's say mid-range and long range. But personally, I'm pretty sure most of the players who are using GRAU right now, they're gonna be focused on the iron sight, because it's quite good. Now what you get is also colored ammunition, the 50 round ones. You can get it, it looks good. As I said, in my opinion, they could have added a little bit more color over here. Apart from that, it's pretty much the standard issue. And then you have the Cronen Sniper Elite grip, which I don't believe many people are actually running with it, because the GRAU definitely doesn't need it. So to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. about this, blueprint, because it just gives you a little bit of colored bullets and that's it. You're not gonna get any technical advantage, but that proves that at least they're trying to give us something that's cosmetic only, so it's not gonna give you any advantage. I think maybe that was the whole point. I mean, the ground's been quite good weapon recently, so they haven't nerfed it or anything, so giving you something that's gonna give you even more advantage, it's not a good idea. Now we are moving on to the Omega prototype for the MP7, and again, I don't believe that's something that you should be really looking forward to, because that's something that you already had, and it's nothing special about it. I mean, any MP7 build is pretty much you can do it yourself. It's not going to give you any advantage or anything like that. I think what they tried to do with this weapon is they decided to, because majority of people right now are using the GRAU and the MP7, they were like, you know what, we're gonna profit a little bit on the actual weapon. We're just gonna sprinkle a little bit of color on it, purple color, and we're gonna decide how much money we're gonna make from it. But apart from that, it's nothing special. I mean, the only good touch to the actual weapons is this pink gold, I would say. Yeah, this might be pink gold. You have a little bit of it on the GRAU as well. Let's see it. Over here. I like those symbols over here. I don't know if it's what kind of language is, and obviously when you aim down south, you're gonna see it. This is how it is. Now, how to improve that weapon in case you just bought it and made the same mistake as me. What I will do is definitely put the Tempest Archangel. Now, if you're planning to go for Warzone, definitely a monolithic suppressor, and if I have to sacrifice something, I would definitely sacrifice the laser. Now, given that you don't have anything, I mean, if you're using the Archangel barrel, that means that you will need a little bit of, you don't need that scope. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with iron sight, you just keep it, but I would remove it. I would use it like that, and then it's your choice whether you're gonna put an under barrel or you're gonna put a little bit of a stock. If you're going for a stock, what I would recommend is some maybe some aim down sight speed, depending on how you feel like, but most people probably would go for the Commander 4 grip or the Merc grip. Now, I always go for the Commander 4 grip, so that's pretty much what I'm playing in Warzone with it. But as I said, I felt a little bit underwhelmed. Now, if you're planning to improve the MP7, what I would recommend is, change the barrel, because this one is good, but because it doesn't come with a barrel. So just put the one that comes with the best one, obviously, is the Recon barrel, and I would again recommend removing the laser or the optic. In this case, I'm removing the optic, and just for the sake of for Warzone, would put the monolithic suppressor, and that would be great. So pretty much that's the weapon that I'm running. with, you know, it depends. If you want to remove the laser, you know, definitely do that. I mean, I usually don't use lasers, but that's what I'm happy with, and you can definitely put some stock. Now, here I would go over the Tag Stalker, but you know, of course, you can go with anything else. You can go a little bit with Combat Holocite. You know, that's quite good of an addition. It depends how you feel about it, but pretty much that's what I run with in Warzone. And you know, I'm gonna show you some videos on exactly how it performs. You know, those two weapons. I'm not sure about the MP7, you know, if it's worth it, because I already made an MP7, you know, so it's pretty much behaves the same way. So, you know, pretty much that's what it is. Now, if you're asking me, you know, bottom line, if this pack is worth it, definitely not. Now, another thing that comes with it is, you might, maybe the best thing about it is the calling card, and it's this one. It says and you know what that is. So with Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, you know, that's actually quite good. So maybe that's, if there's something good about that, you know, pack, it's this calling card, but definitely not worth it. And pretty much that's what it is. Now check out the videos and tell me what you think about it in the comments. Cheers, subscribe, bye!
Pronto?